He thinks he's wise. I am just looking at him. He doesn't know that I'm just being submissive because that is what the Bible says. He's coming back to meet me today, and I'm going to give it to him full, raw, and direct. It is me and him today, because I am taking it very simple with him. He think he think he can just ride me anyhow. He will see the other side of me today when he comes. Let him even come back. Let him come.
Hello, Oni. Oni, how are you? Good afternoon. Emma Dandike. Is it not you I'm greeting?
Excuse me. Please, did I ask you for greeting? Did I beg you for greeting? What is even good about the afternoon that you're saying good afternoon? Answer my question.
Are we fighting?
I don't know for you. Please, just leave me alone. Don't cross your boundary. Stay on your lane. Don't come near me at all. Leave me alone. I beg you.
I left you in the morning. And it wasn't this way.
And so?
So what happened?
I don't know for you. Ask yourself. You forgot what you did yesterday.
Yesterday? What did I do yesterday?
Please, I don't even want to make any noise. I'm not ready for stories. I'm not ready for any. Just leave me alone, I beg. Because I'm not even ready to hear any new story. It's going to be story again, but I'm not ready to hear any story now. Just leave me alone, and that settles it.
Viewers out there, this is how your thought life can mature into something else. It starts with her thinking about what she is going to do when I comes in. For me just to say hello, it becomes another thing.
Yep.
Join us today as we examine the topic, our thoughts,
our marriage.
Everything given by God to you, man, is so beautiful. Marriage is not exceptional. It's a gift to my time. We are to welcome to figure in marriage we are one. Make all bless our union so that we can be fruitful. If any be a coming, follow me, the lover of my soul. If
hello wonderful viewers, you're welcome back to our channel. My name is Sheyi.
My name is Fumi,
and together we are called Sheyi Fumi.
Yeah, guys, you're welcome back to another episode of Marriage is Beautiful. We are glad we are here again.
Yeah,
and we miss everyone. Like we went, what would I call it?
No, we went on vacation. Is it
yeah, we went.
I took the flight first, like you said.
On retreat, and now we are back.
Stronger and better. To avoid the burnout, we have to take a short break.
Yeah.
And now, like my wife said, we are back and better.
Stronger. We miss everyone, like I said.
Yeah.
Hope you guys are keeping safe. Keep holding on to him. Keep praying, keep encouraging yourself. Like we all know, it will surely come to an end. It will come to pass. So today, we'll be going into a topic that we call your thoughts and your marriage. Our thoughts and our marriage. My thought and my marriage.
My thoughts and my marriage.
Yeah. So, guys, relax because it's packed. And
action packed. Action packed. All right. And come to think of it, my thoughts, my marriage, our thoughts, our marriage. What is even the thought that's going on right now? You know, the thought of everybody going on right now is not about those things that we used to value.
Yeah.
Of recent, it doesn't matter again if you have a very big Porsche car or you don't have any. Because everybody is staying at home.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you have the Gucci, if you have the Louis Vuitton, if you have the Versace, if you have all the big names, it doesn't matter now.
It doesn't matter.
Everybody is just thinking about one word, survival.
Yeah, and there's something just came, like, it doesn't matter, likewise, if you have connection.
You can't even go to them.
Where is that connection now?
They can come to you. You can't go to them.
Yeah.
Even if you tell them, I'm on my way, I want to come and see you, they are going to tell you, come on, stay at home.
Those things we think are important, they are not as important as we think. You know,
not as important
as we think.
As we think. Those things we consider as the paramount, so to say, in our life, they are no longer important today. Nobody is thinking about my car. Nobody is thinking about my work. All we think about now is my survival. And God is teaching us something right now, that it is only when we have life that all these things matters to us. As long as life is gone, nothing is important again. You can see, even up to the level, I remember we used to talk about party, like averagely people going to party, dancing, and the rest of it. But now, celebration. Come to think of it, nobody.
I love party anyway.
Yeah, but no party. Nowhere to go to.
Yeah, and we're still okay. Like, if I said I love party, it's not like I'm not the kind that, no. But I just love celebrating myself and everyone around my family.
What God is teaching us right now.
Yeah.
The most important thing, aside God, is life.
Life and your family.
And your family. Those three are the most important.
Yeah.
Now, everybody is sitting at home. For those who doesn't like sitting at home before, now they are forced to.
They have to learn.
They have to learn. Everybody is sitting at home. Yeah. Everybody is with his family. When the shifts are down, it's not about your boss in your workplace. It's not about your work. You are being told to go back to where? To home and your family. Yeah. After God and life, the two most important things that we've come to realize with this COVID-19 issue is that your home and your family, after God and your life. Yeah. Going back to the topic of today, our thoughts and our marriage. We want to look into how important is our thoughts to our marriage. And we want to start with this assertion that everything that we do in life starts from thoughts. You think about it before you can do it. If you have the mighty edifice and you say this edifice is very big, it's lovely, somebody sat somewhere inside that person is that edifice. He built it. The architect drilled the plan with the outcome in his mind. Exactly. He knows exactly how he wants the building to be, and he designed it based on that. At the end of the day, we see the building, but before that building is the thought of that man. So also is marriage. Whatsoever is going to become of our marriage, we start with our thoughts. I think we need to look into the book of Proverbs, chapter number 4, verse number 3.
Proverbs 4?
Yeah, Proverbs number 4, verse number 3.
Keep your hearts with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life.
Keep your hearts
with all
diligence. Guide it. Guide your thoughts. Guide your heart. Out of your heart, out of your thoughts, are the issues of life. So whatsoever is going to become of you in life is coming from the thought realm. Exactly. And that's why you have to guide it jealously. That's why you have to keep it. Whatsoever a man or a woman will do in a marriage, it starts from the heart. And
before the marriage, it's all started from the thought. Like, I want to get, as a man, I want to get married. Yeah. As a lady, I have it in my I'm of age. I want to get married. It all started with your thoughts. Okay, this is what I want my marriage to look like. Okay, sometimes it might not be exactly what you expect.
Yes.
But you need to start working on it. Like, you just need to keep working on the initial thoughts you have towards the marriage before starting it. Before saying I do, what was your thought? What do you have in your mind?
What do you think?
Have a better thought before you started. Okay, now, what can I do to keep my thoughts better in life generally?
Yeah.
There are a lot of times that you just have to retrace your steps. Yes, likewise in marriage. There are times you just sit down and go and you just like, okay, let me go on retreat. Okay, like now, we just realized, we just had it now that anything can be put on pause as the situation is now. There's nothing as important
Anything
as
can
what
be
we
paused.
think. Anything can be paused.
Yeah.
If you realize that, okay, the marriage is not going the way you guys planned it, you can pause and have a retreat. Okay, this thing is not going on the way we planned it. Pause, have a retreat. You can replan. You can begin again. You can start afresh.
All right.
Yeah.
Your thought life is important because out of it comes your marriage.
Yeah.
You can rethink. You can retrace your step. Anytime you find out that you are not aligned with the plan you have for your marriage, you have to think about retracing your step.
Yeah.
Because whatever you will do negatively in your marriage will start from your thoughts. If a man or a woman will shift in the marriage, it starts with a thought.
Yeah.
If a man or a woman will fornicate, for an example, it begins with a thought. When the thoughts are coming in, what are you thinking about it? When you start hating your husband or your wife, it starts with a thought. When those thoughts are flowing into your heart, what are you doing? Anything that you will do that will affect your marriage negatively starts with a thought. What the question is, what are you thinking about your marriage? You might be thinking 1001 thing and nobody might knows it. But the moment attitude comes in, it gives shape, image, and life to your thoughts. For an example, in the house, spouses might start giving themselves attitude. How will that start? The one you are always smiling at, you are no longer smiling. You start behaving funny.
Is it behaving funny? Misbehaving?
yeah, whether behaving
or funny or misbehaving. You miss the behavior.
You miss the behavior. So you start misbehaving somehow.
Yeah.
Somebody that you smile to, somebody that you relate with, you no longer do that.
Yeah.
And when that starts happening, your thought is being given a life. Your thought is as lifeless as it is because nobody knows it. But by the time the attitude comes in, your thoughts take a life. And your thoughts starts
growing.
You give an avenue, a doorway for the thought to manifest and to grow. Like you said, at this point, I think when you give life to your thoughts and it becomes an attitude, attitude grows up to become actions.
Exactly.
And actions may start with word, for an example.
Exactly.
Action may start with word. They start abusing word, like you said. Start abusing each other. And from there, it comes to physical. Everybody start fighting. Like she said, no key to Jerusalem, I'm locking up. You see here, like the woman will say, no entry. And then the man gets angry and said, okay, my own care, I am going to lock it up to. My own love, I am going to lock it up to. Okay, some men will go as far as saying that, okay, the upkeep also, as long as there is no key to the Jerusalem, then the upkeep also will be locked. And it becomes an issue in the family. And before you realize it, couple start trading blows. Where did it start from? Thoughts. Guide your heart with all diligence. Out of it comes the issues of life. And the thought also, one of the gateway to your thoughts is through what you hear. And that's why we want to talk to the couples out there also. You don't listen to everything they come to tell you. At all. Because whatever they are telling you is a second-rated news. Exactly. You weren't there. Probably the person that is carrying the rumor or telling you
is jealous.
He's jealous. And he or she is not even there. They said, somebody said to another person that said, and at the end of the day, you are fighting over nothing.
Over nothing.
So, guide your heart with all diligence. You know, if you are not careful, if you are not very careful, once the thought mature to attitude, and attitude mature to maybe actions, from action, if the action continues in the marriage, only it becomes an habit. And when it becomes an habit, the marriage is almost at the destruction point. Oh, leave them. That's the way they. That's the way they used. Yes, that's the way they used to do. It has become an habit. When you start beating each other and don't mind them, they will soon come back. They will soon come back. They will settle it. At that point, you might be settling it. Every point of settling is taking something away from the marriage.
Because there's no how you can have a scar and it will still be like the skin you have before. No way. It
won't come back to be normal. So you beat each other today, it has become an habit. From action, now turning to an habit. You beat each other today. Tomorrow again you are fighting. The day after tomorrow. Listen, even if you are not ashamed, don't you think about the kids? What are they going to say? And this thing could have been nipped in the bud if you start to control your thoughts. And that's why we said, before that thought will mature up to the level of becoming something that will now turn to an habit in the house, nip it at the bud. Kill it at the onset. Mortify it.
Go for retreat.
Go for retreat. If you need to have a retreat, there will be burnout in the marriage. Sure. If there is going to be a burnout, for an example, go for a retreat. Each and every one of you need to do a retrospect into yourself. Check into your life. Do we really, where have I headed? Where did I went wrong? What do I need to do to go back to the love that we used to have? It's a simple thing. Before you get to the point where word and action, like fighting and everything, becomes an habit, ensure that you go inward, search inward,
and retrace
yourself.
Steps.
That is
all for this week.
For this week.
And that will lead us to another topic next week.
Right. That will lead us to another topic next week. And until next week. Until the very next week. As our custom. Sheifumi is saying, thank you. We love you. Bye.
A blessed, joyful moment when two come together to be one. Be completely humble and gentle, be patient, bearing with one another in love. Hallelujah, you are meant to be forever.